Hi, my name is Jordan and welcome to the channel. So I'm pretty sure that if you clicked on this video, early retirement is probably on your mind, and early retirement can be as early as 40s or 50s, and this might sound like rainbows and sunshines, but like everything else in the world, there are pros and cons, which is what we'll talk about in today's video. For many decades, 65 years old was a standard or the average retirement age that people resonate with. But when the FIRE movement came up, which advocates saving strategies, investments, and retiring early, this changed the ballgame for everyone. Then in 2019, when the pandemic came, it created economic uncertainty, leading to some companies retiring some workers, which changed how the world operated. Offices became empty spaces, workers started working remotely, and people started to realize how they are able to make better of their time. But today, let's talk about the pros and the cons of retiring early, and hopefully it will give you some idea or at least create a spark in you to start planning for your own retirement. And this video is sponsored by Habitrade, but we'll talk about them later in this video. So if you're around my age, which is 30 to 35 years old, you will probably have thoughts of retiring early popping into your head all the time. And just imagine how nice it would be to not have to work, not have to commute to office, do not attend meetings that can take hours to go through but achieves nothing. Because I myself have thought about it many times, and yes, being able to retire early and doing what you like will definitely give you better mental well-being, but it has its downsides as well. So not many people will agree with this, but in an article on Straits Times, it shows that 3 out of 4 workers have no intention of stop working before they turn 65, which means they want to keep working and working, but I think it's for very good reasons. But the younger generation like us seem to be less optimistic about retiring early, and I can resonate with that because we feel the pressures of inflation, prices of things rising at an insane rate, but earning additional income can be pretty challenging at times. And if you wish to retire early, there are many sacrifices that one needs to do to achieve that, which includes taking on more risk with investment, reducing your spending to bare minimum basic, and probably maximizing your time to earn as much income as possible. At the same time, while you're doing this, you might be on the flip side starting to lose on your personal relationship unless your partner is really gung-ho with you on this, or you might start to be distant from your family and close friends as well. But having the thought of not needing to wake up, shower and get changed for work is a really exciting thought to have. Coupled with no need to commute to office, no boss to report, no politics, can seem like a heaven for many of us. And to retire early, it doesn't have to be really tough. It's just about adjusting your lifestyle to have more frugal lifestyle and saving a significant amount of your salary and having a stream of passive income. And by doing this, you will enjoy the fruits of retiring early, which is as follows. The first pro of retiring early is the most obvious one, which is not having a boss. And without a boss to report to, you can do anything you want with the newfound time that you have. And for many, this can be traveling the world, exploring new places, which is something I will do when I retire. And the second pro is having more time to pursue your passions. So while we are in a corporate rat race, we barely have time to catch a breath and sometimes even have time for ourselves to just sit back and relax. And for those with kids, after knocking off for work will be time to look after the kids, which takes up the whole evening, and the cycle repeats until the weekends are here. And upon retirement, you might have much more time on hand that allows you to pursue what you really want to do in life. So these can be things like gardening, painting, photography, or even cooking. And sometimes you might find yourself much more busier than you are before you even retire. And lastly, early retirement could also mean better well-being for yourself. So without the need to wake up on a schedule, this could mean longer rest time or even more time in the gym to work out and to keep yourself healthy. And coupled with little to no stress because there are no deadlines to meet or stakeholder to please. But like everything in life, there are also cons to retiring early. And other than having to save a huge sum of your salary or starting a new income stream or investing as early as possible, there are many cons that people do not see. And if you're looking to start investing, you need to hear about our sponsor for today, which is Habitrade. We all know that cryptocurrencies do have ups and downs, and this is a pretty scary roller coaster ride. And sometimes when we have those gains, we want to safeguard it and ensure that it grows and does not stay stagnant. So this is where the sponsor for today's video, Habitrade, comes in. Habitrade is the first crypto-friendly global stock investment platform that allows you to trade stocks available on the Nasdaq, New York Stock Exchange and Hong Kong Exchange. So this means that you're able to purchase your favorite stocks like Tesla, P&G, Apple and much more on Habitrade. But one of the unique features of Habitrade is the ability to transfer stable coins like USDT directly into Habitrade platform and start purchasing these stocks with a few taps of the button. So having our profits placed into a blue chip stock allows us to diversify our portfolio, reducing the risk that we are already taking on with our money. The interface on HabitTrade is simple and easy, which is something I really appreciate because why complicate stuff? Being simple and easy also means that people or beginners who are looking to start investing can use their crypto gains to diversify into stocks that hold fewer risks. And one feature that I really like about HabitTrade is the news tab. So the news tab gives me an up-to-date news and also shows me the price change of stocks that are mentioned in the news, which is a great way to get bite-sized information on the go. There is also a trending page that shows you the latest trending stocks in the market that you can look into. And by signing up with the link in the description down below, you get a free stock worth $5 when you make your first purchase of $300 in stocks. And if you purchase more than $1,000 of stocks, you'll get a free stock worth up to $20. On top of that, you'll get customized market intelligence to help you make informed trading decisions. But most importantly, always do your own research before investing any money into any investment instrument. So thank you HabitTrade for sponsoring today's video. If and when you choose to retire early, here are some cons that you might want to take note of. So the first one here is the loss of meaning. So this to me is one of the greatest cons because this can affect you mentally and might leave long-lasting effects which can manifest into many other mental conditions. So during our time in the workforce, we start to identify with our job, which gives us a sense of belonging and identity. And once we end that chapter of our lives, those who have been working for a long time will start to feel a sense of loss or start to think if we are still useful or are we still even providing value to someone else. This leads us to the second con, which is feeling lonely. And if you think about friends and family around you, how many of them are able to take a Tuesday off to go fishing or to even go for a short trip? Chances are most of them will be working and have limited leaves or off days, and you might end up doing those things alone. And unless the activity that you are doing is something that you can do alone, like fishing or photography, otherwise, most activity usually involves a social group or require a couple of friends. And lastly, retiring early would mean that we will lose out on our prime years of our life to earn income, which we can use to give us better options in life. So imagine if you retire at 30 years old, you have at least 40 to 50 years ahead of you based on the average human lifespan. And in that 40 to 50 years, that's a lot of years of no income, and you'll be required to have a huge amount of money to tide you over years. Furthermore, you have to account for inflation, economic downturn, black swan events that can disrupt our plans. So I'm not saying that you're not able to retire early, but there are many considerations and planning that needs to be done to ensure that you're at least 90% covered or sure that you have expected the unexpected.
Always expect the unexpected.
But at the same time, there are also other retirement methods that one can deploy to still enjoy life and still have a stable income coming in every single month. But at the end of the day, do not get jealous when you see other people retiring at a younger age, because you have to understand that everybody's circumstances are different and you too are able to achieve retirement if you sit down to plan out your retirement. So this brings us to the end of today's video. I'll greatly appreciate if you could drop a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe if you haven't, and turn on the bell notifications. And as always, stay safe, invest safe, and I'll see you in the next video.